Okay, we're going to make these roses today, and I'm going to show you how to do these. I've already got them cut out, and I've got the pattern on the website. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this, and I'm going to soften it up. So I'm going to go around the whole thing. Now this paper is a little thinner, so it's going to do pretty good. What this does when you soften it up is makes it easier to manipulate whenever you're curling it. And as you can see, I'm just using actually the dowel rod on the end of the flag right here, and it's doing pretty good. You can buy dowel rods at different little places, Walmart and Michael's, and I'm sure Joann's and any of those kind of places will have them. Now, I'm almost to the end here. And you can see there's a little round thing right here. This is not a petal. This is actually the base of your flower. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I'm going to curl these. So we're going to go back real quick, hopefully. And we're going to curl each one of these little petals. See how I'm just rubbing it like that. So we're going to go through and do these. And this is to give it a little bit more of a petal shape. You know, petals are curved. So that's what we're doing with this. We're almost to the end here. This is a little lighter weight paper, cardstock. So you need to be a little bit careful with it. But you can see how I'm holding it and not putting stress on the thinner part. I'm doing it on the thicker, wider part. Okay, we're getting near the end. Okay, now you might think that you're supposed to wind it from the middle up, but you don't. You wind it from the edge. Now I've got some tweezers here, so that's what I've been using. You can use a quilling tool. But what we're going to do is see how I've got that, and we're just winding it. Now, I'm winding the wrong way. See how my things are going out here? So I'm going to unwind it. You want to wind so that your petals are folding to the outside, not to the inside. So we're going to keep winding. Now I'm pulling it pretty tight, but not tight enough to actually tear it. Okay, and we're going to wind it pretty quickly here. I think you get the notion. Almost done. And if it comes out of your thing, you can just keep holding it and winding it like this. So if it comes out of your tool. Alright, so there's my bottom. That's a pretty tight little rose, so you don't want it really that tight. So you're going to hold it in your hand and you're going to let it loosen up a little bit. See how much better that looks? So, alright, now that's about the same size as the bottom of your piece. And you can stop there if you want to. We're going to put some glue in it. So I'm going to flip this back up. And we're going to put quite a bit of glue because we really want it to stick. And I'm using low temp glue, which I really like because it's a lot easier. It's a little warm, but it's not hot enough to burn me. Now, if you had a child doing this, definitely don't let a child use that glue gun. You do it for them. unless they're an older child that's more experienced. But okay, now about got this set. Alrighty, now all those nice little petals that we've got, I want those curled. So you can go back and you can get your little dowel rod and very carefully curl them back out. They're already malleable because you've already worked with them some. So we're going to keep curling them out a little bit, get it to the way we want it to look. And you can really work with this. You can tweak with it. You can get you something smaller if you want to get down in here to these little petals. You just have to be careful. This is not round, so you can't really, you got to be careful that you don't crease it, that you just curl it a little bit. So you can keep working it. This makes about a 2-inch rose. You can see that's about 2 inches. You know your knuckle's about 1 inch, so yeah, pretty close to 2 inches. So 1.5 inches to 2 inches, depending on how tight you want to roll it. Okay, so I want this little middle right here to look a little bit tighter. So I'm going to see if I can't get my thing in there, and I'm going to actually just twist it just a little bit so it'll look like, see how pretty that is? That looks a little bit more like a opening rose. So, and I'm going to bend these back just a little bit. Now, as you can see, I've got some light coming in through here, and I don't particularly like that look. I don't particularly like this look. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get one of our straws over here, and I got these biodegradable, or they're compostable straws, and I got them with a little bendy thing. So that actually acts like your flower would bend. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a glob of glue on here, pretty good, and this we're going to put it right in the center. And I'm going to press down just a little bit. The more you press down, the more this is going to melt. This is actually hot enough to melt this particular straw. So we're going to let that sit there a second. Okay, just take a second. Not too much I can do about that. All right. I'm blowing on it. I don't know if that helps any. It's hot in here. I turned the air conditioner off so you could hear me better. All right, we're getting there. It still wants to bend just a little bit. Okay, so now I've kept my scraps off of my cut pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to just cut a little circle out. So, hope you can see this. Alright, this is probably a little bit too big for this smaller rose, so I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to fold it in half. Okay, and we're going to make just a little bitty snip right there. Now where that snip is, we're going to fold it the other way. See? Alright. We actually now have an X. Now what I want to do, because flowers are not usually flat on the bottom, they're maybe a little bit, but not too bad. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this around our straw. And we're going to overlap it. I don't know if you, hopefully you can see that. See where that's come right through there? And I'm going to overlap it like that. And I think that gives it a lot nicer look. So we're going to put some glue in here. Okay. And we're going to overlap that. And we're going to pull that down. Alright. And like I said, see that glue, it's a little warm, but it's not too hot to mess with. Now you couldn't do that with those higher temp glue guns. Alright, see, I think that makes it a little nicer look. So, and then like I said, with the little, where it's bendable here, you can kind of give your flower a little bent neck on it if you want to. Okay, so there we go. That's one flower done. Alright, now I'm going to do the little blue ones real quick, hopefully. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our dowel and we're going to bend it a little bit. And be careful, especially if you have a thinner paper, because it'll rip on you. This is a little heavier cardstock right here. So all I'm basically doing is just getting it to where it's going to work a little softer. Alright, we're going back up here, and again, that's your base of your flower. Now, these, I want them to be a little pointy, but I am actually going to go back and just kind of fold them back a little bit. Just kind of curl them a little. Not a whole lot. And you can do your, if you want to take your time, I think if you take your time, you can make a prettier flower. I just kind of want to give you guys the ideal of what I'm doing. Because I know I hate to sit at videos and watch them, and I want to get on with my craft. So I want to learn what I'm doing, and I want to move on. So we're just going to really quick go through this. And what this does is just gives your petals some shape. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Remember, you're going to start, and you want your petals to roll towards the outside. So we're going to go this way. Let me get a hold of that. See how I'm just holding that with the end of my tweezers and just starting to go around that. Oh, I did again, didn't I? Went inside. All right, so no problem. Just got to turn it around the other way. Doesn't take long to realize when you've got it backwards. All right, and we're just going to roll this up real quick. Just about got it. Okay, and there we go. We're going to take this out. And again, we're going to put it in the palm of our hand. Now, see how small that is? And that's okay if you want it that small. I wanted mine just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to fluff it out a little bit. If I can't get that to come out just a little. He's really wanting to stay in there. All right, that's better. Isn't that prettier? It makes a prettier flower like that, I think. Now, we're going to flip it over, and you can see right here, okay, that outside is bigger than the bottom of the flower because I wanted a bigger flower. So, we're still going to do the same thing. We're going to take our glue gun, and we're going to put a glob of glue in there. Hopefully I got enough in here. I'm going to have to get another glue stick. Excuse me, I'll get one right here. Okay. Whoops. Get that stuck in there. All right. Now, there we go. Now, we're going to put plenty of glue on this. And you want to try to kind of keep your flower rounded. You got to be careful, because if you are not kind of careful, you'll have it shift one side to the other. So now you can see I've got a lot of glue on there, but that's going to be okay. As soon as it dries, we're going to put that other piece on there like we did before. So, all right, I'm going to put the straw on here. All right, so here we go. Okay, and we're going to put that in there and let that hold. And that's going to take a second. If I can get that to stand up on its own, I'm going to get this glue off my hands. Oh, nope, not going to do it. Okay, we have to wait a second for it to cool off. And you can get all the little bits and pieces of strings of glue off as after you get your project done. Go back and get all of that off, because that makes it look very unprofessional. So you want it to do like that. Now I've got some more of the blue. So I just save these little pieces where I cut everything out. And we're going to make us a round bottom piece. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a circle, cut a slit, a fold, and another slit, and then all the way through on 1/2. All right, so now we're going to do the same way. We're going to put this around here. The straw's not quite dry. Trying to get it done for you. Giving me problems. Get back over here. Of course, you'll take your time and do this. All right, now let's see if that's going to work any better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, same way. See how we're making our piece of paper to cup that bottom. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to put some more glue in here. All right, and we're going to cup that bottom like that. Now, if you don't like the way that some of these pieces are sticking out, if that bugs you, I'm going to put a little glue right here, and I'm going to bring this in on this piece right here, and that's going to kind of stabilize that. Okay. Now, see, you don't have any light passing through that. Whoops, didn't let it dry long enough. So, all right, we're just going to put some more glue in here, and we're going to stick it back down. We'll stick a little bit back in here, kind of hold this. And also that piece of paper that we put here for this little bottom, it also helps your straw, helps to hold it more stable. So, okay. Now, there's the blue one. Now we're going to do the white one. Okay. Now, same thing we've been doing with the others. We're going to curl it. Okay. This is a little heavy paper, and that's why I'm able to pull on it so much. If you've got a thinner paper, you're not going to be able to do this. You have to be a little more careful. This is probably about a 65-pound weight. Okay, now these I want to really curl them back. Like I said, if I wasn't showing you guys how to do this, I would do it a little bit slower and take my time and get those curls a little better. But for the sake of time, I'm kind of hurrying through this part. Okay. Now, I'm going to roll this up. Again, you're going to roll. These are on the outside, so I'm going to roll towards the outside. Did I do it again wrong? I did. So we're going towards the inside. Okay. You'd think I'd remember after 3 times. Okay, and we're going to roll this up really quick. Okay, we're going to slide that off. Now, again, I want it looser, so I'm going to let it go. And that makes a really pretty flower, right? And you, of course, you're going to do your little petals and work them out like this. and that's going to be pretty. But I want to show you something else that you can do. Let me get another one of these over here, and let's work it up. So I wanted a little bit bigger flower here. Oops, I tore that one again. I'm rushing. So we're going to take a little glue and see if we can't stick him together right there. Okay. Again, you couldn't have done that with a hot glue gun. You definitely would have burned yourself. So I really like this cool temperature gun. Now this paper is a little thinner. Yeah, it's a little thinner than the red and the blue that I have. And that's why that tore so easy. Alright, and again you're going to curl. Really quick here. Because I'm going to show you something I've discovered. I don't know if anybody else has done this, but I wanted a little wider flower. And you may not like this look, but I thought it was pretty. Watch that one. And we're just about done. And again, like I said, take your time when you can. I'm just trying to rush this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is unwind this one. And this is a little bit tricky, but it can be done with a little bit of patience. Alright, so I'm going to take and I'm going to hold those together. And we're going to wind these together. Just take your time, straighten them out. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, they're wanting to come across a little bit. So, all right, so now look what a big flower we've got. Now, when we get it loosened up a little bit here, so I'm taking the center, just kind of unwinding it a little bit. Okay. See what a bigger flower we have compared to this one and this one. But now we've got one that looks something like this. Okay, so we're loosening them up. I want it just a little bit looser. Okay, oh, that looks pretty good there. Now I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to use some glue. And we're going to put some glue down in here. And you're going to need quite a bit. All right. Get some over here, and that's going to kind of go down in there and help hold those pieces too. So we got that on there, and need a little more glue right here so we can put this one on. Okay, so there's both of our bottoms on that one. Now look what a nice rose that is, and how much fuller it is, or I don't even know what these things are called, so, but it's a pretty flower. And now we're going to take our little dowel, and we're going to roll all these back, okay? And you just keep messing with it and pulling them back. Now if you want, see how that, I don't know if you can see the center of that, see how those are doubled up? I'm going to take, see if I can get my tweezers in there. And we're going to just pull one of them around. See how pretty that is? Look what that did for that, just pulling that one around. Okay, I'm going to press him down in that glue to hold him. All right, now we're going to flip this one over. We're going to put our thing on the back. All right, so we're going to hold this in here long enough for that to set. And again, that's going to take a few seconds because it's a little warm in here. And it probably feels longer to me than it does, than in reality it is, just because I'm wanting it to be done. Okay, so we'll let that balance there just a second. We're going to get some white paper. Okay. Whoops, fell over, didn't it? Had my back turned. All right, you stand back up there. I may have to just hold it for another few seconds. Come on. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a circle for the bottom of this one. Make our X. Cut 1/2. You see? All right, and then we're going to put this around here first. And again, by doing this, it also helps that straw. Gives it a little bit more strength. Okay, I'll flip this back and put some glue in here. And we're going to pull this over. All right. Now I want to pull, see if I can pull that back just a little bit because it's not covering up that right there. Okay, I like to have my spirals all covered up. Okay, so you can see how good that helps to hold that straw up there. I'm actually going to put just a little bit of glue around here and let that run down. Okay, there we go. And that's going to hold that up. All right, now I'm going to put him over here to dry. You can see how pretty it is. And again, you can work your little petals. Now, this is a little loose. Now, that's okay. But if that bothers you, all you got to do is go in there and squirt a little glue down in there and just kind of stick him to what's the side of it. See? Okay. All right, now I'm going to do those over there. I'm going to show you how to make the stars. Now, I didn't score these. I don't have a scoring tool, but I'm going to get one. But right now I don't have one. So what we're going to do is actually, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can take a ruler and you can actually score down through there, but that takes too long for me. So what I'm going to do is actually take this and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to fold down to that one. So I want you to see what I've done here. Okay, so we've gone from the valley to the peak. So that's what we've done. And we're going to do this on each point of the star. So we're going to go here to the peak, and we're going to go down to the valley. So not too complicated. From the peak, and we're going down to the valley. And I've got 2 more to do. I'm going to do it on all 5 points. This glue's really bugging me. I'm going to have to get that off. You have to excuse me for just a second. Get most of it off anyway. Okay. From the peak to the valley. And one more right here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do 2 of these because we want to be able to see the star from any angle since it's going into a bouquet. If you weren't doing it in a bouquet, if you were just sticking it on a flat surface, then you could just do the one. But we're doing a bouquet. So we're going to make them like this. And this would also be cute to make and hang on your Christmas tree. And this paper is pretty soft again, so it's not, like I said, it's probably a 65 weight. I threw away the package a long time ago. But it's thinner than an 80, so I believe it's a 65. Okay, that just a little bit crooked. Let's straighten him out. There we go. Okay, and I got one more. Alright. And all I'm doing is just matching him up, folding it in half. So I've got these edges right here matched up. Fold that in half. Get these edges matched up right here. And fold that in half. Okay? Alright. Now, alright. So where the points are, you want to dip. Where the valleys are, you want it to go, you want a peak, you want a mountain, and then you want a valley. So, mountain and a valley. See how that's going? I want that one to go down, up, down, up, down. Okay, see how pretty that is? Alright, we're going to do that with this one. We want the peaks to go up and the valleys to go down. Okay, and we're just getting it, we're making it remember the way that I want it to go. Basically, is what we're doing right here. Okay. All right. So now, the reason I have two is we're going to do them like this. Now, I haven't done this yet, so we're going to see how this works out. This is my plan anyway. So I'm going to get another straw. And we're going to put it in here. So let's put some glue in here. And we're going to lay our straw in there. I'm going to bring him down a little bit. Okay? Now, we're going to put some glue on the other side. And we're going to lay this star right on top of that one. I don't know if that's going to work too good. The one side turned out pretty good, but the other is flat. So, I don't know, we may have to think about this and see if we can come up with something different. But for right now, this is what it is. Still looks pretty good. So, that's what we've got. At least that covers the back of the straw and you don't have that bare straw right there. So, and I didn't want to put it on one of the valleys because that's not going to look right. Now the other way you can do it is just the, you can have just the single straw like this. So that's the way I did that one. I don't have a back on it. But what I did do, if you can see right here, I took my scissors and I cut the edge of the straw at an angle. Now, I want to show you something else. Now we've got our flowers and we've got our star. But look how low the star is. You want your star to be up above your flowers. So what we're going to do is actually get another straw. And we're going to mash this a little bit and fold it. So, can you see that fold? As I mashed and fold. And then we're going to just take it and we're going to stick it into here. I'm going to stick it in this firm end, the longer end. And we're going to slide that up on there a little bit. Okay. And that's going to make your straw much, much longer for your star. So, I can see a princess star coming. Alright, so now all you have to do is either bend your straw when you figure out what size you want to put in with your flowers, or cut it off. All right. So Now, I made some more flowers the other day, and so we're going to put these in here with these. And they've got our flags in here, which I think is really cute. We're going to put our other star all in here so you can kind of see what that's going to look like. And we'll play with these a little bit and we'll make them, I want this over here. Now I want to show you the difference. This is one that I did yesterday of the double piece. And this is the single. Look at the difference in those two roses. I really like this one. I think it's really pretty. So you can definitely do the single, or you can pull with it and make it the double. So these I did 2 days ago. This one is one I just now did. And you can see where I took my time with this one and this one, how much prettier they are. So if you just take your time and work with them, then you're going to have some really pretty flowers. So that's the key, is just take your time with them. And again, I made that wider, so I made a bigger bottom to go on it and got that all glued in there. And then if I felt like it was a little bit loose, then I just put more glue down in there. And just be careful, you'll get it on your petals, so be careful when you're doing that. And you may even just get some tacky glue or something like that to put down in those. So there's our flowers, and we're just going to, like I said, we're going to fix them in the vase. I just wanted to show you what we're going to do with them. And we're going to put our flags in there, which I think is really nice to have for the patriotic. That one just fell right out, didn't he? All right, let's go over here and put you over here. I like you better right there anyway. Okay, and then too, I wanted to show you the difference in these. The blue, this is the blue tight, and this is the blue looser. And so I think the looser is really pretty. But I also like having the different sizes. I think that really makes your bouquet look more natural in some ways, because when you go to pick flowers, they're not all going to be blooming out at the same rate. So, all right, I'm going to get off of here now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, you can leave them down at the bottom. Oh, look at there, he come right out. So we're just going to put some more glue in there. Love this glue. And we're going to stick him in there a little even. There we are. Okay, there we go. He's all fixed. All righty. Hope you enjoyed.